Now this is a question I seem to get all the time. Michael, what is the best deal ever at Walt Disney World? When trying to find the perfect deal, you've got to get the exact kind of travel expenses, the perfect number of days, the exact hotel discounts, and the planets need to be aligned just right to give you the amazing deal that you're looking for. It's a very good question, so today I'm going to go over the best things to do to get the best deal possible on a Walt Disney World vacation. And at the end I'm going to add it all up and we'll see what the best possible deal that you can get is. Okay, now let's start with when you're going to Walt Disney World. The when can make a big difference on the price when it comes to your Disney vacation. Now I took a look at the Disney World website and I was playing around with some of the dates and looking at the cost of the all-star resorts, which are the least expensive on-property Disney resorts. Looking at a one-week stay, I took a look at December 24th to 29th, Sunday to Friday, obviously one of the most expensive times of year to go to Walt Disney World. The all-star resorts cost $180 per night. By the way, I wanted to tell you the numbers that I'm talking about here are just numbers that I found. They change every single day, so if you can't find these deals, just keep looking. They do change on the Disney website. Now if we look ahead maybe 3 or 4 weeks, January 14th to 19th, I found the exact same resort for the exact number of days for $101 a night. Now that's a big difference, but I know we can do better, especially because on the Disney website it says starting at $97 for the value resort, so I want to get a little bit closer. Now after taking a closer look at some of those days and trying to find the best deal, I started to look under special offers, which happens throughout the year, and I found the Enchanted Room offer. And I found the All-Star Movies Resort for $87.36 per night. Now I wouldn't doubt that others have found a slightly better deal. I wouldn't doubt that at all, but I'm just going to go off of what I found in the day that I was looking, and the best deal that I could find was the All-Stars for $87.36 a night. Okay, now that we have the room, let's move on to those Disney tickets. Now I'm going to work under the assumption that the person that we're looking for does not have an annual pass to Walt Disney World, so let's try and find the best deal possible on Disney World tickets. Now the standard ticket price for a 5-day no park hopper, no water park included ticket to the Disney parks is $370 on the Disney website. Now the best possible ticket discounts that I have found have been for those who serve in our armed forces. And by the way, thank you so much to all of those who serve and all of the families who serve. We appreciate your service and sacrifice. The 2017 military promotional discount is $224. Now that is a ticket savings. Now don't forget to get the military promotion ticket. You do need to be serving in the military or retired from the military, but all of those details I will leave in the description of this video. There's a link to the Disney website. They have all of that spelled out for you, and I have a link to some other ticket discounts in the video right there and in the description below. Now I know not everyone can get that military discount ticket. I know that, but we're trying to find the best deal possible, so let's keep going. Okay, now that we have our tickets and our hotel, let's move on to the next expense, the food. Now to save the most money at Walt Disney World, I would actually recommend you bring in your own sandwiches and maybe some breakfast bars to eat while you're there. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to include several Disney restaurants and places to eat that will save you the most amount of money. Now let's take 6 days worth of food, and for the purposes of this video, I'm also going to include the fact that you're eating maybe a breakfast bar in the morning or something very light in the morning, and then we have other meals, like 2 other meals throughout the day. I know that everyone's food requirement is different. I'm not saying that everyone is going to eat the exact same amount, but this is just to give you an idea. Now for the purposes of this video, let's look at some of those counter service restaurants that are the least expensive. Let's look at ABC Commissary, Captain Cook, Electric Umbrella, and Casey's Corner. Now I took a look at the menus of these restaurants and they look delicious, they really do, but the average cost that I found to eat at one of these counter service restaurants at Walt Disney World was $10.49. Now let's just assume for the purposes of this video you're eating that bar in the morning and 2 of these Disney meals a day. In total, that'll make it $126 that you're spending on Disney food. Now last but not least, let's talk about flights and other travel expenses. Now obviously the price will be different depending on where you're coming from. If you're from the East Coast United States versus the West Coast, it's going to be very different. Or if you're coming from Australia or England or France, it is going to be very different depending on where you're coming from. Now from my area, the Washington DC area, it actually costs less to fly than to drive just because of gas prices and the different expenses you have with time and if you have to stay over and all of that, so I always fly. And if you are thinking about driving, don't forget to add in the food and maybe even a hotel that you need to stay at as you're making your way to Florida. So just thinking about those numbers as you're thinking about expenses. Now the average cost for a flight from my area to the Orlando International Airport is about $120, but I have gotten it as low as $189, so that would bring our total to $178. Now let's add it all together and see what the least expensive Disney World trip you could possibly get would be. The All-Star Resort with the room discount, $87 a night, making it $436 for the room. The military promotional 5-day ticket, $224, and thank you again for your service. Disney Disney food, considering you're having a bar in the morning and you're only drinking water, $126. And the flight to and from my area to the Orlando International Airport, $178. That brings the total to $964.80 for a magical 6-day, 5-night vacation at Walt Disney World. Now, knowing how many very smart Disney friends we have in our Disney family, I would not put it past you to find an even better deal. And if you can, let us know in the comments below what kind of deal you found for your Disney vacation. Now, if you're an annual pass holder or a DVC member, or if you're going with a school trip or part of a promotional package, obviously these numbers will change, but this is just to give you an idea of a really good deal that you can find at Walt Disney World. Now, I would love to hear from you. How do you save money when you're going to Walt Disney World? Do you stay at the campgrounds, or maybe you bring your own food, or maybe you stay off property? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me. Until next time, have a magical day.